Bagseed Chronicles is a podcast about cannabis and the people who enjoy it. I hope to provide commentary about cannabis cultivation, cannabis enjoyment, cannabis as an herbal remedy, and hopefully continued cannabis liberation. Now join me, Uncle Dig, and let's overgrow the world. Hi guys, welcome back to Bagseed Chronicles. Today we're going to do a little bit of a shorter show. I'm going to update you on what's going on in my garden, and I'm going to tell you a story. The first time I ever saw cannabis was in Afghanistan, on the way from Kandahar airfield to a now non-existent fob called Ramrod, on the very western edge of Kandahar province, on the border with Helmand, just off the ring road. Just west of Kandahar, we drove through huge, densely packed fields of green plants. They were taller than the strikers. Some of the dudes riding air guards were laughing and imitating grabbing handfuls of the plants while the officers and the NCOs looked annoyed. It seemed to temporarily lighten the mood. In fact, that was one thing I always remembered about the cannabis plants in Afghanistan. Whenever soldiers would see them, they would be silly or make stoner jokes around them. It was as if, even though none of us were smoking the plant, I certainly wasn't, the plant still brought a moment of joy just by existing, reaching for the sky as it swayed back and forth, gently insisting that at the end of the day, this was really just a bad joke. In a lot of ways, the war in Afghanistan kind of brought the Afghan lifestyle home for many Americans. In Afghanistan, they smoke opium and do heroin. Here, it's pills and heroin. But here, like in Afghanistan, the intelligent indulgence is always hashish, a silly time with no hangover. I would suggest cannabis over other drugs to dull the nascent pain of your own existence, friend. As our country devolves over the next few years, having a skill, growing a cash crop that won't kill anyone, might be a worthy skill to have. Uncle Dig's garden update. Hey guys, it's February 26th, and this is a garden update. Yeah. All right, it's February. So if you grow other things besides cannabis, and they are perennials, and they are banker plants for pests, like aphids, for example, roses, maybe blackberries, it's time to pull the blackberries. It's time to trim back the roses, okay? Especially if you're in my gardening zone. I'm in Southern Oregon, so I think it's like 7A or 7B. No, I just looked it up. I am in gardening zone 8B. So it's end of February, so you should really already have a lot of this stuff done, all right? But it's not too late to knock it all out, all right? Also, I've popped some more seeds, 4 of a strain called DLD. It's short for Dave and Larry's Disaster. There's a story there. It's of dubious parentage. And I have 1 Black Domina seedling, but it's not doing well. I may kill it. It's like a mutant. It's got like 3 cotyledons, and it will not throw off photosynthetic leaves. It's starting to brown out and die. Super disappointing. And then I've got a CB Dutch treat that is refusing to germinate. So it looks like I'm just going to run with these 4 DLD seedlings for my last, trying to fit 1 more indoor grow in. I think I might be making a mistake, but we'll see what happens. The Black Domina is in week 4 of flower, and it's starting to smell so good. right in the middle of week 3, it started producing really visible trichomes. And now that we're into week 4, it's starting to bulk up in a very pleasing way. I tend to post pictures of that plant on Saturday on my Instagram if you want to take a look at it. And in another week, some Jägermeister Bagseed that I harvested recently will be ready to smoke. It's been curing for 1 week. I try to cure things for 2 weeks at a bare minimum when I'm really, really rearing to smoke them. And I'm looking forward to that. Well, that's it for the show and for garden updates this week. I'll be back next week, and I may start releasing smaller blurbs of garden updates or independent stuff, and I'm hoping to get some interviews together for y'all soon. Well, that's it. Thanks for listening, and let's overgrow the world. Thank you for listening to Bagseed Chronicles. You can contact me on Instagram at Uncle Dig or at my email, uncledig4@gmail.com. The producer of the music found on this podcast is Chad DeVilliers. He can be found on YouTube at Ukuleles Are Stupid and on Instagram at Chadwick Enterprises.